Well, we're so excited to just touch base with you all and tell you a little bit about what's been going on here, as you guys have been busy through the summer and lots of plans have been made for this time when you're not so busy and we get to see you more often. So we're going to cover things going on with the association, a lot about what's going on with the upcoming conference, and talk about a few other events going on. But we're going to kick it off with the best advocacy. You know, you all love advocacy. And so Tony's here, our public policy chair, and he's going to give us a little update. We had an advocacy meeting on Tuesday, and he'll kind of just give a real short synopsis of kind of what's going on that in that department.
Thank you, Amanda. Hello, everyone. They wanted to get the pain over quick, I guess, so they got me first up. We did have a good advocacy meeting on Tuesday. I know some of you joined to hear from our lobbyist, Kearney & Associates, on kind of what they're expecting this season. So won't repeat too much of that, other than, as you all know, Governor Kelly got reelected, which for our profession is obviously a good thing. And we're strategizing on how best to use that over the next 4 years. So a lot of work is going to go into to having a champion in the governor's office for us. There's a lot of changes in state leadership as far as House leadership, some changes there, and then committee assignments. So we're diligently watching the contest. It's just kind of interesting to see how everyone's friends during the election as far as your party goes, and then when it comes to party assignments, they're not so friendly anymore. So be interesting to see who wins those races and who's in charge of certain key committees for us as we go forward. Right now we are not aware of any specific bills that would affect what we do. Obviously, we will continue to keep track of any revenue neutral or tax lid type bills, anything to do with local control, this private versus public. So there's some items that we're watching, but to our knowledge, there's no specific bills that affect that. If you do hear of any legislation that would affect our profession, please reach out to us so we can be aware of that. It is a little bit challenging to keep up. They can introduce a bill with no fanfare, and so if you're not watching it on the right day and at the right time, you miss that. And so any help you all can give us is much appreciated on that. We will be planning something around Governor Kelly's inauguration, so look for that. 4 years ago, we're freezing in Topeka on that January morning. Hopefully the weather's a little bit better for us, but look for that. Let's see, what else did we talk about? Last thing I have, I guess, is just committee recruitment. We have changed the format of the public policy committee. It used to be fairly structured in the sense that we wanted representatives from, like, one from a rec commission, one from a large city, those sorts of things. Last year we changed it to it's just open. So anybody that is a KRPA member and would like to get in the weeds of politics with us, you are free to join that committee. Just reach out to Erica or myself and we'll get you on the list. We don't meet in person a lot. 2 to 3 times a year is our in-person meetings. Everything else is over Zoom. So there's not a huge time commitment as far as travel for the meetings. And even the meetings we do in person, like the one Tuesday, for the most part, we can accommodate you to come in on Zoom on those if needed. So I would encourage you to seriously think about that. This is the committee that is on the forefront of challenging any legislation, and we've had to do that in the past. There's been some legislations that would harm, seems to be more on the rec commission side, and we've had to organize and go after that. And so the more people we can have in the room to help us with that is very important. The other thing I'll note is if your legislature from your area does win one of those House leadership positions or Senate committee position, we'll probably be in contact with you to see if you know them or you know somebody that knows them, so we can build a relationship with them and make sure we're staying on top of things. So that is my update, Amanda. You're still muted, Amanda.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank
Okay.
you. That's perfect. I forgot to mention, if you all have any questions, put them in the chat and we'll keep an eye out for that and answer anything like that. Yeah, it's going to be a fun year with advocacy and to see what happens going forward. So, okay, I've got a few quick reminders in the next few slides. We still are in the campaign with the National Fitness Campaign and Blue Cross Blue Shield to bring these fitness courts around Kansas. There's still a few left. They've gone in from Wyandotte to Garnett, down to Garden City Community College just put one on. You'll see that in the bottom right corner. This is a neat program if you want to bring a facility like this to your community. With Blue Cross Blue Shield and NFC, you're basically guaranteed $50,000 in grant funds to get you started. And then NFC is pretty good to work with. They come alongside and they do kind of a scope of your community about where the best place would be for it and help you find those key other donors that could help get a fitness course to your community. So if you have any interest or learn more about that, email Jamie. She can connect you with the people that can kind of help get that ball rolling for you so you can see if that would work for your community. Like with Garden City, they are putting one in, but they also work with their community college. So you can think about teaming up and partnering with someone else in your county or your city or town that might also have an interest in it and a group of people that would take advantage of it. So I know in Merriam, they put it near their school. And so their football team practices on it a lot. It's right there by their field. And so it's been a good resource for them. So another thing I wanted to remind you of is Amazon Smile. So I don't know, we did this little survey this week and I so appreciate you all filling out those Q&A cafe surveys that we have going out this week. We just kind of did it on some questions that we had leading up to this meeting. And it was kind of amazing to me how many people don't know about Amazon Smile, and it's so easy. And so we have, it's just a simple small donation that Amazon gives to a charity of your choice per each purchase that you make. And since we've started it, we've raised enough to give a whole scholarship for someone to come to conference. And so, and it's just little dollars here and there that trickle in. And so when you go shop on Amazon, if you shop through the website, you go to amazonsmile.org and then you just enter your name and you can pick KRPA Scholarship Association. And then when you go to shop, it'll connect that to our account. And so there's nothing else you need to do. I found the easiest way is I've started using the Amazon app for all my purchases. Basically, I rarely shop on my computer anymore. And when you go into the app, you can go down to the bottom. So you open the app and then click on the main menu. You scroll all the way down to the bottom and there's settings. And then you go to Amazon Smile. And right there, you just type in KRPA Scholarship Association. And then every purchase you make on your app from there on out already ties it to that account, and it doesn't cost you any more money. It just donates a little bit back, and it's amazing how that all adds up. So if you're a smaller agency or any agency that maybe you make purchases for your agency, that might be something that you could set up to help out on an individual level or within your group to just add a little fun. It all helps each other out. So let's see what is next. Okay. A quick reminder. If you log into our website, you all should have a membership login with an email and password. If you forget it, just go to forget password and you can reset it up. In January, we come out with our membership directory, and there has been a lot of changes in the last few years. Y'all are shuffling around from agency to agency, and a lot of job promotions and changes. And so we just highly, highly want to encourage you to go in there and update your information, or maybe just go in and make sure it is still correct. Add a photo if you can of yourself, but most importantly, make sure your job title is correct and your agency is correct. And then if you can go down to the bottom, you'll see here where it says on the screen, it's like you can update your branch interests. I would love to start making that much more our email, instead of blasting it out to all the membership, making those a lot more direct. So you're getting more specialized emails from us on exactly your interests. So if you can go in there and pick what your field, what are things you'd like to learn more about, and get educational event information on and all that good stuff, that would help us out. And I think it would help your inbox out to maybe not get quite so much stuff. So we will always want to communicate as much as we can with you guys, but in the right way. So, all right. A few other little reminders. We have a board election going on. If you didn't know, our board is elected. And so we have some wonderful candidates out there. We have up for president-elect. We have a member at large up for running. And then we have a regional representative for the central region. So if you're in the central region, you have a special ballot this year where you will go in and vote for that position. And I just wanted to remind y'all, you should have got an email about it. If you didn't, feel free to email me and let me know. And that ends at noon on Friday. So make sure you go in and do that. So. Okay, one last reminder as far as our office goes and as far as the membership benefits goes is we have a discussion forum. I don't know if y'all knew, but some effort was made last few years to create this discussion forum. And I just wanted to give a high level view and kind of understanding for you guys of why we did this. I know everybody has used a discussion forum at some point in time. We wanted to provide a spot where you guys can go ask your questions. I have been with KRPA as a bookkeeper and stuff now for almost 16 years. And I can remember the emails coming in and going, I have a question about this. And then they get sent out to the membership. And so we created this forum where you can just go right in and drop your information there. There's a lot of different ways that you guys as members connect outside of events. And this is a way to stay connected and to share resources with each other. That's one of the greatest benefits of an association and memberships. You all are facing the same things. And to have a spot where you can go out and say, hey, what's your policy on this? And then you have a spot to go back to and ask about that. Or for, documents, if there's some sort of registration document or something, you can put that in there. And so we wanted to create this. There's been discussion about like, why don't we do some like a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group or different things? And I just wanted to kind of touch on that because that's been discussed a lot in our office. Like, do we go that route or not? And there's quite a few reasons why we don't. But then two big reasons is social media is ever changing. We already see the demographics for Facebook and things changing a lot, and a lot of our members aren't on there. And so we want to create a spot that's professional where you guys can come together and connect with as many people as we can. And if y'all are spread out across Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn, you just don't hit as many people. But if we have this discussion forum, this is hopefully where you guys can come and connect, and it's all in one place. And it's not as tossed in the wind as social media platforms are and changing. And we understand that it is a separate website. We tried to link it. You'll see I have an arrow pointing to how you can get to it easily off our website. You just click on that and you go over and you'll use your email that's part of your membership, and you can have the same password, but you'll have to set it up for that. If you don't know it, you can just do forgot password. And you go on there. We are trying to make this as streamless as possible. And we have researched. And guess what? It's real expensive to do IT updates like this. And so we have been polling other associations across the nation on kind of what they do. And really, there's no just streamlined company out there, right, that does all the things that we need to do for an association. And I think they're coming down the pipe, and we will always be looking to update and make this as easy as possible for you all. Just know that we're working on it. And at this point, this is the best we can get. And I don't think it's too much. It's just a couple extra clicks, but I understand. And it's going to just take a little effort. And we also need to see before the board's ever going to be willing to fork out, more money for anything more. We got to see that this is a resource that is valuable to you guys, and that is something that can be beneficial to all of you. So all that to say is, I would highly suggest that if this is something that you'd like, that you just be intentional about it. It's not going to be something like Facebook that you're going to just go click on automatically, or like Instagram, or maybe Twitter or LinkedIn, but maybe set a reminder for once a month to go in there and just see what's going on, answer a question, just set some goals for yourself because the more people use it, the more valuable it's going to be. So I'm going to go for a real quick run through about how to use it, and any questions, if you have any, just put them in the chat. So you'll see if you go to our homepage, it says locker room. So you just click on that and it'll take you right over to the locker room. Like I said, you just, whenever you're a member, Jamie puts you in there. And so your email address should already be set up with an account. If you have never used it before, you might have to do click the forget question with the question mark on it. And that will just walk you through setting up a password. So like I said, it can be the same password that you have. And for our regular website, and if you click keep me signed in, you shouldn't have to sign in unless something happens to your computer. So it's not something that every time you should have to come in and sign in for. Once you get signed in, you should be set to go. So I'm going to take you to my page real quick and show you a few things to take advantage of. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me reshare that. Share new. Oh, doing so good. Let's see. No?
There you go.
Okay, now y'all can see my screen. Okay, so when you come in here, you will see there's different resources for how to use the forum, the rules and stuff. But down in here, there's different categories. So you can always put a question if you have one in the general forum. We post news from our office here in the KRPA news, or if you have something specific related to, recreation, you can go right to the recreation forum and put your information in there, your question or answer questions. Let's see. As you scroll down on the page, you'll see any new discussions that have been put up. Like Jamie just added, what's your favorite KRP conference memory? We want to know that kind of stuff. So that's on there. And then if you come up, probably the most important thing is when you are in here, you'll have a profile. And if you go to view profile, and you come in here and you go down, go to notifications. Let's see here.
I think
Nope,
you want to go
I'm sorry.
to that
Edit.
right there.
Oh, I can't see that.
There.
Okay, go to your little person here and edit profile and do notification preferences. That's the one I meant to say. So in there, you can see it'll say email or pop-up. So if you click on any of those that you would like to get notifications about, you can scroll down and get it per specific boards. And the pop-up isn't like just a pop-up on your computer all the time. It's when you come into the forum. I'll show you in a second. There's like a little spot right here with this little bell, and it'll tell you if something's been posted, whether a comment or a discussion's been started that fits within those criteria that you've given it. So that, did I forget anything, Jamie, on how to use the forum? So it's pretty simple, nothing too big, but we have some fun things planned for it to encourage you to go. So
Yeah, remember you can share resources like attach pictures and documents, tag friends or coworkers in threads. If there's something, a discussion that you want to make sure you follow, you can hit the join conversation and it will email you anytime something, anytime someone else adds in on that thread.
Okay, I'll tell them about this fun little contest. I know y'all are gonna be super excited.
So going up to conference, we thought we'd have another fun little locker room contest. We have a point system for starting discussions, tagging people, going into specific discussions and sharing stuff. Let's see. Replying on certain discussions, posting conference pictures as well. And as you see here, you can start, you can see the time or the points that you get every time that you post, and I keep track of those. We did have people post some conference stuff already, so I will go ahead and give them points. But yeah, and that will run past conference with special pop-up points and special opportunities to earn extra points. Our big prize, our first place prize, is this Ember heated thermostat
Yeah,
mug.
it's like a thermal cup. It's so cool, you guys. So you put your like coffee or tea in, and you set the temperature, and it keeps it like that, like a long time. I can't remember how long exactly, how many hours it keeps it at, but it's pretty cool. Erica got it for her husband, and I guess he uses it all the time, and it really enjoys it.
I guess it like talks to you. It says like, "Good morning, Dave." I don't.
So, and then we'll have second and third, so you can get a certificate for a KRPA event or win an Amazon gift card. So just a little fun that to add to, competition's always good. But I'll send those points out and the links out to all of this in an email after the member call, so you guys can read about that and get involved and get started.
So we do already have 2 threads up. It is the share your favorite conference memory, your moment or memory, and share which session you're looking forward to the most. So if you guys want to go on there, and if you are
That
on
can be
this call-
dangerous.
What?
It could be dangerous.
Yeah. I moderate this, so if it's something that's inappropriate, it will be deleted and you will be warned.
You hear that, Basque? Don't forget that.
So those threads are already up, and if you guys do it, if you're on this call and you comment on both of those today, you will earn some extra points, 10 extra points if you comment by the end of the day. So there's some bonus points for you guys right there.
Bonus points opportunity. Don't you like my slide? One of the things I forgot to mention while we were on there is you can tag people. And you explain how to do that?
It's just a regular tagging, so you can do the @ and if they're a member and they're already in the system, which they should be, their name should pop up and you should be able to tag, and they will get a notification.
Yeah. So if there's something that maybe you don't have a specialty in, but you know somebody else who does, or if you want to tag them in their embarrassing conference, memory, you can go ahead and tag Tom in there for him. So
Tom and Brian, why don't you send me anything that you're going to say first so we can get that approved before it goes into the discussion forum, just because.
I'm quiet and shy. I go to sessions, I go back to my room, go over my notes and sessions.
Yes.
That's all I do at conference.
Well, that can be your favorite memory then.
Yes.
All right.
We
Well,
don't
if
have
you want to-
memories.
Oh, what?
We
Brian's
don't
gonna-
have memories.
You don't have memories. What happens at KRPA stays at KRPA, right?
That's right.
Okay. let's see. So as you all know, we have a huge 75th anniversary conference coming up January 31st through February 2nd in Overland Park at the Sheraton Hotel and Conference Center. We have a lot going on, so we're just going to walk through some highlights and stuff that you do not want to miss at this conference. There is on Monday, or actually, let me back up. You guys can register anytime for conference. You do not have to pay right away. So if your budgets are, you guys are in a different cycle and you can't pay till the first of the year or whatnot, but you still want to make sure that you get in for your tours or your RSVPs, you can go ahead and register today and just hit the invoice me later, and it will send you an invoice and you can pay it at any time before conference. So just keep that in mind. That also helps us keep track of numbers for tours and award lunches, and it helps us stay a little bit more on top of things. So just a reminder that you can register anytime. You don't have to
Things
pay.
are filling up.
Yeah,
We're having very record numbers of registrations, which is amazing. And we're so excited about that. We don't want you to miss out on anything that you want to go to.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, like registration number wise, our last regular conference was Topeka 2020. And by November 8th, we had 77 people registered for that conference back in 2019 for the 2020. Last November 8th, we already had 50% more people registered. So we had like 145 people registered for at the same time for a regular conference year, meaning no pandemic, no virtual or whatnot, it's just a regular conference. So we are already seeing twice as many people and we still have a lot of people to register. So you definitely want to register and reserve your spots as soon as possible.
Yeah, just a quick reminder too, is I'm sure most of you guys got a magazine in the mail. That is a preliminary schedule, and we've already had a few changes in that. And one key one was a couple of the park tours had to get switched. So I just wanted to remind you guys, if you want the most up-to-date schedule, always go to www.krpa.org/schedule. And it's linked in our website just to make sure that you have the most up-to-date schedule for the conference.
Something else about registration is you want to make sure that you are RSVPing to your awards lunches or your closing lunch if you are going to go to them. Because this is such a large conference, we have to keep track of numbers. So if you're planning to eat at any of those lunches, you must RSVP for those. And just as a reminder, if you don't remember if you RSVP'd or if you want to change that on your registration, I'm always happy to help. Just email me and I will get those switched for you. All right, so for a pre-conference, this is almost like a 4-day conference. On Monday, we have tons of pre-conference sessions going on that you can take advantage of. Starting with esports tour, which they are going to go to Level Up, an esports facility, and learn more about esports. They're going to tour the facility at Level Up, and the esports branch is doing that. That is $20 just for the transportation. Some of the workshops that we have going on, we do have NAYS, that is $350. I believe that's just half a day. The afternoon going on, and we do have 2 pre-conference workshops, which is the managing conflict workshop for $100 and the psychological safety workshop, so becoming the leader the future needs you to be. If you have staff that just wants to come to these workshops, they are more than welcome to do that. They just go through the regular registration. They can just click on the workshops and then pay or be invoiced. They don't have to attend conference. If they don't want to, they can just go to the workshops if they just want to come that one day. We do have, this is new, it's a tech tour, which is basically just a between 2 and 4 that day, where we will have select technology vendors demoing their technology. We have so far Civic Rec is coming, myrec.com is coming. We have the app. I believe Playground Guardian will be doing a demo as well. So, and that is just included on your registration. You don't have to pay extra for that. We just ask for an RSVP so we have enough chairs and enough room for you guys. And then lastly, they'll have, after the esports tour, they will have a sports roundtable from 4 to 5:30. That is included in your registration as well. So if you've already registered and you want to add this stuff, that is no problem. Just contact me. I'll add it on there and send you a new invoice that you can pay the difference if that is something you're interested in doing.
Yep. And so we got 3 days of wonderful sessions planned and the awards lunch and all that good stuff. But I wanted to just touch on the socials because you have to RSVP for those also. And especially because of transportation to and from there, we want you all to, we want to be prepared for all of you. So the first night, which is kind of pre-conference, it's Monday evening, we'll be at Chicken and Pickle. You can join them over there in Overland Park from 7 to 10. And that is, you just drive yourself over there. It's pretty low key, but it'll be really fun. They have indoor courts. I think Cunningham Recreation is going to run a little pickleball tournament, plus we'll have drinks, and they have really good food. And so that's a great time. Some of our vendors will be there. You can socialize with them and say hi before you see them at the trade show the next day. And then on Tuesday night, we're going to Kauffman Stadium, which will be super fun. You can take tours of the stadium. Musco and LSI are hosting us out there. They're going to put on a show with the lights, and we'll have buses that take you out there and can bring you back. And that one's from 7 to 10. There'll be food and a DJ. It should be super fun.
And reminder that you do have to RSVP for those, especially if you want drink tickets. So just if you didn't RSVP for the socials, just let me know and I'll make sure to get them added to your registration.
Yeah. And the last social is on Wednesday night, and it'll be at the Johnson County Arts and Heritage Center. They're going to have dueling pianos. We're going to have our silent auction there, and branch awards will be there. There'll be a live auction, which we'll learn more about in just a few minutes from Dave Smothers. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's just going to be a big party because we're super excited to celebrate turning 75 next year. So that's that. And there will be buses that will run from the hotel over to that, back and forth, and kind of a cycle. But more information, all that information will come out later. Okay. We don't have our wonderful history chair, Susan Mong, here today because she had another meeting that she had to attend to. But Jamie's going to tell you a little bit about what's going on for the history aspect and how we need your help.
All right, so we are going to have kind of a KRPA hall of decades down one of the hall. And for every decade, we are looking for items from your agency that represents that decade. So some of the items that we're looking for, and I know some of you guys have already been called and emailed, but I'm just going to run over a couple things. Jerseys, uniforms, and this can be with any sport. Baseball gloves, old frisbees, old golf clubs, old pickleball equipment, catcher's gear, volleyball gear, trophies. I know that all you guys have all those old participation trophies probably in your basement somewhere. Aquatics, it can be old swimsuits, old lifeguard gear, maybe pictures of old pools and how they've changed. I know that there was you used to have like a key for you'd have to like, I don't know, they were explaining to us about your locker rooms and having a key for your locker rooms. Old swimming caps and goggles, old pool signage, stuff like that.
We'll send out we can send this list out in the next few weeks about some of those specific items that they're looking for. But these are examples of some of the few that we've gotten in. Topeka sent in a Parks Department sign that they found, and then some articles about significant things that happened with their agency in Johnson County area. Like the picture you see there is of their stage, their theater in the park stage when it was built, and the things that came out at that time. So things like that, that kind of just showcase Parks and Rec across Kansas through the years.
And we also are looking for agency history. So something that they did years ago, they have a huge binder of all the agencies and that history. So I'm just looking to update that. And I thought it would be cool if you guys had your own binder of history. You can bring those as well with you to put them on a table so other people can kind of scroll through them. Tom, I did scan all your stuff, so I had that whole folder for you to take back with you, but I scanned all the Emporia history that you gave me, so.
Yep.
Okay.
And all this stuff will be, like, if you have an item to bring, it will be returned to you at the conference. So it's not something we look to keep or anything.
We don't want to keep your old stuff, but
there's been tell them about some of the agencies. They've made this kind of fun and how they're finding these items, because some of it, they're just tucked back in the closets, tucked in some storage.
Yeah, one agency tasked their employees to do it as a scavenger hunt. So and got all their employees involved looking through closets and storage facilities for items. So I thought that was just a fun way to kind of look for items. So in the emails, we have a Dropbox where you can do pictures. You can send all your items. You can bring them with you, or you can send them to Susan Mong at the Johnson County Art and Heritage Center, and we have that information. You just need to let us know what you're bringing or what you're planning so we can make sure to have space for it.
Yep. All right, one other thing we need, I'm going to call on our good friend Dave Smothers here to talk to us about some exciting things that the Silent Auction Committee is working on and meeting.
Yes, Shane DeWald and myself are working on the auction. We're changing some things up this year. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. We're obviously going to have the silent auction like we always have, but this time we're going to have it on an online platform where you can see it online before the conference. We're also moving the actual items or the auction itself to the social. We're hoping that there's a direct correlation between booze and bidding. Also, we're going to be having a live auction, which will be something new. We've got some professional auctioneers that will be coming, and between the sets of the dueling pianos, we've got about 30 minutes set aside where we're actually going to do some live bidding. So we're hoping that people will have a lot of fun bidding against each other. It should be a lot of fun. And we're basically looking for some auction items. So those of you that have contributed auction items in the past, hopefully you'll continue to do so. We only ask that you do it sooner than later because we're going to need to put these things online and have pictures ready and everything. So please either send to Shane DeWald or myself the auction item that you would like to provide. And if you could send a digital, that'd be great. And then the actual amount of what the auction item is worth. Should be a lot of fun. Like I said, it's a little bit of a change, but I think the live auction will be a blast.
Yeah, they get fancy auctioneers coming in to run it. That live auction will be a lot of fun. You've been doing a good job. Thanks. All right. Well, we won't keep you too much longer. We're just going to tell you one more little bit about after conference. It's hard to imagine after conference because we're so deep in it right now, but there are things planned for next spring. So you might want to add some of these onto your calendars or go ahead and go get registered for them.
Yeah, so this year we have 4 AFOs coming to a city near you, Overland Park, Manhattan, Wichita, and then a virtual one. So there should be plenty of opportunities for AFO. We have our CPSI, which will be in Leawood in March. And we are offering our CPR study course again in February, I believe. And 2 of those dates are in Johnson County and 2 of them are virtual. So we'll have more information on that. Our Rec Commission Summit will probably be early May, and it was just decided, I don't know, an hour or 2 ago that it will be in Derby. And so we will have a date for you soon. And then brand new, we're going to have a facility management workshop that we are currently working on finding committee members for. So if you have someone on your staff that you think would be great for that committee that wants to help out, we are focusing more on outside facilities. So thinking baseball complexes, parks type of things. For this upcoming spring, just get with me and we can have a conversation about that. But yeah,
Cool. So that's us.
Can
That's
Can I
what's
ask a
going
couple
on.
questions? Can I ask a couple questions?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so with record numbers of participants,
Mhm.
there is no possible where you'll fill up and turn people away. Is that correct?
we plan on turning people away like you,
Yeah.
but
All right.
No, we are ready for you.
Yep.
We've had to adjust a few things. We're working on getting a little bigger room maybe for our opening in anticipation of you all coming. So come register.
Yep.
We're ready for you. We're excited.
we don't have a capacity, so no,
Well,
we would
to a certain
so we're not going to be turning people away. No.
How's the hotel?
Adjustments for
How's the hotel capacity doing? I mean, I heard rumors that sold out.
I
don't-
haven't heard that yet.
No,
And
we
usually
haven't.
we're the first, they'll call us and say it's
Okay.
sold out, and we have not heard that yet.
Okay, great.
Actually, no, I was on there yesterday helping someone reserve a room and they were able to reserve one. So
And my second question is, are we going to get a visit from the governor?
Well, you'll just have to come and find out. So we got a lot of fun stuff up our sleeves. It might be her, might be some other special people. You know, it's our 75th anniversary. It's gonna be
I think there's a lot of fun
Amazing.
surprises planned that you guys will enjoy.
Good. All right.
we
Great.
make Eric and I make Jamie sweat sometimes with our ideas.
They won't even tell me anymore. So
We're excited. It's gonna be fun.
Great. Looking forward to it.
we are too. You guys have and we're always looking for more volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering for conference or have staff that want to volunteer, I'd be more than happy to send you guys over that volunteer spreadsheet so you can fill that in. Always want to give back to your association.
McAvoy.
Nope. Hey, I'll be a moderator.
Okay, I will sign you up for some fantastic sessions to moderate.
Can I pick out the sessions first?
No,
Hey,
I'm gonna pick them out for
Negotiation
you.
is key.
Make sure they're at 4:30 in the afternoon.
No, and we don't even need a moderator for that one because no one's earning CEUs for that one.
We already have a plan for that one.
Yeah.
Networking 101. Yeah.
If
So-
you guys don't know, Tom McAvoy is leading a networking 101 session. I can't remember which day, but 4:30 in the
Tuesday.
afternoon. Well, where he will go discuss the in and outs of networking at your conference. Right.
Yep. All right. Any other questions? Well, you guys hopefully have our emails, Amanda@krpa.org or Jamie@krpa.org. So feel free to email if you need anything. Look forward to seeing you guys
We're
in a couple
super
months.
excited about conference and we'll see you guys all soon. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.